Welcome to a new series I'm starting called Engines of SLR. Today we're doing QGRY 3014. Now I know technically this isn't a St. Lawrence and Atlantic unit, technically it's QGRY, but it's still in the family with how I see it. The locomotive started out life on Canadian National, built as GP40-2 WL number 9480. The locomotive had a Nathan K3L air horn and would retain this K3L throughout its entire life and still has it to this day. It was also delivered with a steel bell. In 2000, it was sold to Helm Financial. Then in 2002, sold to QGRY. When they got it, they kept the steel bell. Pretty much all they did in 2002 was repaint it. And if you look at the nose and the cab, you can see the steel bell and everything, because that was in 2004. But nowadays, if you look at the front, you can see that the sand filler caps are peeking off the front of the nose, and it has a weird QGRY logo on the side. The locomotive has a sister unit, 3016. The locomotive is still on the active roster and can still be seen to this day running freight trains, although it looks that it never had a cab-mounted bell, and its bell was always underneath the frame. And here's a clip of 3014 and its horn. As could be heard in the recording, as you can see here, the steel bell was removed and replaced with a Transtronic E-bell. You can hear the sound very clearly in the clip that I showed before that I actually took of this locomotive. So here's a good picture of that Transtronic E-bell. And here's my HO scale Athearn Genesis model of QGRY 3014. This thing is completely awesome, and it has a fully detailed cab, which I'll show you in a second, but this is the 2004 edition, so it still has its steel bell, and you can see the inside of the cab interior. It doesn't have that logo on the side of the nose, and its sand filler caps are still in the regular position, but I like that more, because it's better. Because the 2004 edition looks better. Anyways, thank you for watching this edition of Engines of St. Lawrence and Atlantic. I know technically this was a QGRY unit, but I still count her as the St. Lawrence and Atlantic family member. And something else I forgot to mention is that weed cutter snowplow, which not a lot of the GP40-2 LWs got. The next locomotive I think I'm going to do is going to be GP38-2 3587. There isn't an HO scale model of it, but I did draw a picture of it, so I'll probably put that in the video. And I guess I'll just end it off by showing a picture that I made of the QGRY logo. Thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for the next episode of Engines of SLR, which will be GP38-2 3587.